The commute to Greater Victoria's West Shore is proving even more challenging than usual this summer. A couple of construction projects have reduced traffic to a single lane on the Old Island Highway through View Royal. And while motorists are inconvenienced, firefighters and students are having to take extraordinary measures, and they'll have to keep doing it till next spring. Here's A News reporter Mary Beth Burton.
A long line of vehicles waits for the one-way traffic on the Old Island Highway to flow in their favor. For the next 8 months, construction on the road from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. will mean slow going. While motorists check their watches and wait it out, some people have greater concerns. The View Royal Fire Hall is in the construction zone.
Initially, we had some issues that needed to be worked out.
Motorists ignored signs advising them not to block the fire hall exit, slowing response to urgent calls. Now a flag attendant is permanently posted outside the hall, traffic is kept at a distance, and there is a plan for emergency calls.
Their flag people actually carry one of our radios, so when we get advised of a call, they're advised as well, so we can stay in constant communication with them.
The construction project ends just outside the View Royal Fire Department. The town of View Royal got a $7 million grant from the federal government. When the project's done next spring, the power will be underground, there will be sidewalks and bike lanes and left turning lanes for vehicles. In the meantime, businesses in the area are seeing sales slump. Neighboring schools are working on plans to get kids to class safely. At Shoreline Middle School, about 60 of the 330 students will need to walk through the construction zone. View Royal is paying for flag people to lead a walking school bus every morning and afternoon.
These children who live typically over by View Royal Elementary are going to they'll make their way up Helmicon as they have in the past, and they'll be picked up at the other end of the construction site by one of the flag people, walked through the construction site by a designated path, and then deposited on this side, on the sidewalk, where they can finish the walk on their own.
The school still has to work out how late students will be accommodated.
We've said to the parents, for the first week of school year, better to drive them until we get this plan sort of fully functional, but leave lots of time. I'm driving through it every day as well, and I'm saying, you know, leave 20 or 30 minutes earlier if you can.
Shoreline says it will be flexible on arrival times for the first week. Students won't have to contend with a second project that's tying up traffic now on the Old Island Highway. The CRD says Phase 1 of the ENN Rail Trail wraps up September 2nd, with crews working until 10 p.m. to get it done this week. Good news for the holiday long weekend, all construction is halted Friday through Monday.
And Mary Beth joins us now with more. Now, Mary Beth, I understand the construction project has meant other allowances were necessary for the Manly Volunteer Fire Department.
Yeah, Hudson, good news for some of those volunteers. They're now getting paid. 4 extra staffers have been hired to work the 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. shift. Plus, there have been overnight construction shifts that have blocked sections of the Old Island Highway altogether. So some firefighters have had to spend the nights in a fire truck on the Craigflower side just in case of an emergency. And one more safety consideration, the construction company lets the fire hall know in advance of blasting, which will continue for several months, with both 5-minute warnings and a 1-minute warning, and will call off the blast at the last second if there is indeed a 911 emergency.
All right, well, that's a good thing. Mary Beth, thanks.